Hello, my Path of Exile players. Of course, I haven't forgotten about you, and how can I forget about this? The Third Edict is coming to Path of Exile 2. Yes, I returned to World of Warcraft recently, but Path of Exile has always been my second, if not first, most important game. It's just been a bit stale, but I'm crazy excited about this. And no, I'm not gonna do another boring video that only 10 of you will watch, where I'll talk to you about every feature. What's the point? Just watch a wonderful presentation from Jonathan Rogers and co, who were talking to us about all of this. Today is just a rapid fire video to check in with you. First of all, to tell you, you're not forgotten. More Path of Exile videos are coming. Absolutely, I'm coming back to my main two games, World of Warcraft and Path of Exile. Yes, is the short answer to this. And I'm very, very excited about this, so I'm gonna switch to Path of Exile 2 and World of Warcraft interchangeably. The content is coming. So let's take a look at this. So they are removing the cruel difficulty, the boring slog through the campaign the second time that I did maybe only once, and then I just basically gave up. It just causes boredom for me. I'm not interested in this. That's gone. So fantastic. Instead of that, they are going to give us Act 4, and before we enter Endgame, between Act 4 and the Endgame, there will be also these 3 interlude acts. From my understanding and from the stream that I watched today, it feels like kind of extensive quests, really. That's what it feels like. They are not mini acts. I don't think they're acts. They are like a quest chain, essentially a quest chain. You get a new quest chain from your hub, from a particular hub that it relates to, and off you go. Fine, good, excellent. Something new, fantastic. Crazy amount of additions. I love that they're adding a new league. Leagues have been the lifeblood of Path of Exile 1 for many, many years, and that is what allows me to come back to the game and always fresh new, start new, fresh new. A lot of people, they're kind of, funnily enough, they like to stick to one character. Let's say I'm gonna allow myself to compare it to World of Warcraft. A lot of people have one main, but there are plenty, just as many, of us who like alts. They like to play different characters. It gives us different experience, yada yada, all that. Path of Exile, Diablo, other similar games, they have this concept of leagues. They reset the mechanics, they reset the basically economy of the game fully, and you back to your gray and white items as you start with, and you become like you are looking, even if it's the same content, slightly modified content with the introduction of a new system, which in this case is Rise of the Abyssal, and then you kind of have it all new. It gives you this illusion of being young again, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like if you humor this kind of pun a little bit here. So anyway, introduction of the very first league into Path of Exile 2. This is a league from Path of Exile 1. Obviously facelifted, obviously renewed, all of that kind of stuff. But same thing. You see these fissures in the ground. There are these abyssal undead creatures living under the ground. They will come out. You'll kill them. You may even traverse the underground tunnels if you're lucky enough. Otherwise, Abyssal Trove is going to come out and you're going to get something juicy out of that. Wonderful, awesome, new league, proper reset. I will feel like this is a proper time to come back to the game. Beautiful, fantastic. Gigantic, massive update to major class like rebalancing of the classes. I'm not even again gonna try to scratch the surface of this, but man, I'm excited. There are going to be so many permutations of different new builds. We are going to have a lot of fun, you and I. One very kind of prolific and very simple to call out things that stuck with me from what they said. One big thing is that support gems now do not have to be exclusively supporting one main skill gem. So you can use the same support gem to support multiple different gems, which basically means that your builds don't have to be those min-max builds that are built around only one skill, and everything else is a meme build apparently. Well, luckily this elitist, essentially elitist kind of attitude is going away a little bit, and they are accepting it themselves. They see that this is not something that would work particularly well in the modern day and time. So that's awesome. So basically a lot of very, very good and new support gems are going to be put on multiple complementing each other, synergizing skills. I'm really looking forward to exploring that. I'm not a min-maxer, not going to become one anytime soon, but it excites me. The exploration excites me, and I hope it excites you too, alright? Trade system is added to the game. That's awesome. I haven't traded in a while, but when you need that 5 sockets linked sockets gear, kind of as you approach end game, and if you were not lucky to get one yourself, then that's the best way for you to make yourself, if not kind of like top of the ranks, then at the very least competitive in the end game. That's fantastic. It really is good. 25 new endgame maps. I wouldn't pretend to have seen all of the existing endgame maps yet, but knowing that there is more waiting for me in the pool, that's fantastic as well. I think that's great. And a ton of new bosses in the new act and other kind of things. That's fantastic as well. Really excited. Let's take a look at the main homepage once again, just in case I missed something and in case there is something else to call out. So we're only about 8-9 days out. The story continues in Act 4, we spoke about that. The new islands of basically inspired by New Zealand, essentially New Zealand law and all that kind of stuff. That's where GGG are from, in case you didn't know that. That's great. Challenging new bosses, fantastic graphics as always, a bit gory, a bit gross, but that is what it is. The mini acts, as I mentioned to you, these interludes, so to speak. Abyssal League, yes, we spoke about that. I look forward to it. Seal the Abyss, yep. Well of Souls, yep. Apparently there is this way to upgrade your gear, kind of crafting, extra crafting mechanics. This is basically similar to unveiling of the items in Path of Exile 1, in case you did those Jinn quests. I'm not that massive on that particular mechanic in Path of Exile 1, but that is essentially what this is borrowing from. Why not? It's your own game, GGG, so you borrow great ideas from one game and transplant them into another. The new bosses I already mentioned are new feature Sprint. That's just convenience, makes it easier to traverse the maps. It's very cool, and also apparently you can outrun any boss, any monster in the game, so you can just outrun them. However, if they hit you while you're sprinting, you will fall down. That is only fair, otherwise it becomes a little bit too OP. You can basically avoid every mechanic in the game. That's cool, that's cool. Just makes it a bit easier for you to go around. That's excellent. Support gems I already mentioned. They have been completely reworked. We can now have as many copies of the same support gem as we would like. That's fantastic. Lots and lots of balance changes, crafting updates, new items, ton of them, endgame maps, endgame encounters, and other kind of stuff. My goodness, I just can't believe that they basically packed so much into one patch. As a matter of fact, I would have preferred that they didn't make us wait this long, to wait until this Third Edict, because how long has it been since we've had any substantial patch, I'm talking, in Path of Exile 2? A while, I would dare say a while, because even I fell out of it, and I kind of feel bad, and I feel bad for my people who have subscribed for my Path of Exile 1 and 2 content, and then haven't gotten anything from me. But I can't force myself playing something that's stale, right? Can I? So in this case, really excited, my friends, super excited. I reckon, yep, we absolutely are gonna check it out on August 29th, and I might even start a leveling series of a particular new character with a new build I have not done before, and it might be a Volcanic Fisher one. Might be, I'm just gonna say, because I've seen the presentation there with those spiral fires coming out of that. I'm really excited to try that. So stick around if you would like to see more from me on Path of Exile 2. I'll play, like I said, both Path of Exile and World of Warcraft like I did in the good old days. That was the prime of my gaming, when I had the most fun. Yeah, I don't like eating the same food every day, so I switch, but you certainly are gonna get some of this one from me. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, probably a whole handful of you, but you're really special to me if you do. Give the video a quick like so that more people can come back maybe to this campfire in the woods, and treat it as a PSA, if nothing else, public service announcement. Super excited about this, looking forward to catching up with you soon. Bye for now.